Collection on Gachibowli. Collection. Next 4 days we all balance the position. Really? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. आज के 12 बजे हार्ट अटैक आया था। Hare Krishna. Prabhupada ki His Grace Gauranga Darshan Prabhu ki Nitai Gaur Premanand. Are you all excited? The whole universe is excited. All devatas are excited. Because now you're going to hear something that we never heard, at least live like this. Prabhuji and Mataji's feel very fortunate. The whole Panchabhutas have changed the course of Indigo Airlines and all airlines. Somehow we made it here across all the crises. And Prabhuji has agreed to do this, with his own love for all of us. He only chose the topic, because Bhagavatamruta. I request him to give the best to us. Prabhuji was scheduled in April to come to Hyderabad, but we are too desperate to wait till April, isn't it? Yes, we went and begged Prabhuji asked Gauranga Prabhu, and a lot of discussions happened. In a busy schedule, he still made it. He doesn't have any sleep also, practically. Morning he already took a class, now he's again taking this class. So my humble request to everybody, Prabhuji and Mataji's, if you're alive, be here tomorrow also. No other reason to stop you, right? And try to be on time. 8 o'clock is the time. Let's start at 8 o'clock. I'm not going to take more time. 8:15 is not the time. Don't think today is 8:15, tomorrow is 8:15. Let's not change the time. 8 o'clock is the time. Because we can go as long as we can. 9:45 until then we will get the class. Then we'll have breakfast prasadam. Whoever can pack and go. We'll give prasadam there. Somebody has to leave early. Then you can just help. Somebody there will help you. Just pack it and you can leave. And evening also sessions are there. I just want to make today only one announcement, little announcement is we have a lot of programs today evening at Gachibowli in Telugu. There is a program, and tomorrow morning again here, tomorrow evening, then afternoon in Brahmani Radha Mataji's place, and Mumbai the Basta, then evening. Then it's all over the place. I've sent the schedule. You have close to 18 programs, if I'm right, 18 or 16, something like that, in the next 4 or 5 days. And one more change is that this Bhagavatamruta is not 4 sessions, it will be 5 sessions. So it's actually 7 chapters, so you're saying it will be nice. It so happened the Bhagavatam class in Abbots got cancelled because Prabhuji has morning session here. So he said he'll just continue. So our journey ends next Monday. Very good. So let us welcome Prabhuji. Feel our enthusiastic.
Red color pit
blocking tanker. So somebody is asking red color pit.
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी His Divine Grace of His Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai Om Vishnupada Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajikacharya Ashtottara Sata Srimad His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ki Ramacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Tadvaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyamakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki Braja Bhumi Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Purushottama Kshetra Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki Gandamai ki Yamanamai ki Bhakti Devi ki Tulasi Devi ki Kaligopavan Harinama Sankirtan ki Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Om Namo Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Taramahiyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapadakkamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Radhanatamitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakamitamsya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopikakanta Radhakanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vansha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Om Vishnupadaya Krishnapeshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Veshakarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare I'm very grateful and honored to be amongst all of you today back at Bhakti Center, Gachibowli. This is such a wonderful, exemplary, and enthusiastic and mature, loving Vaishnava community under the leadership of His Grace Leelananda Prabhu. There are some special places during my travels where I feel very much at home. This is one of the foremost of them. Honestly speaking, what makes the place very vibrant and worthy visiting multiple times and make you feel very vibrant and happy, spiritually enlivened, emotionally nourished and happy is when devotees are eager to hear Krishna Katha. And not just that, when devotees have loving relationships with each other. These two we get here in this satsang, Gachibowli satsang. So I see devotees loving each other, caring for each other, appreciating each other, valuing each other, making each other feel valued for what they are, and having sincere taste for hearing Krishna Katha. What else is required? Other things are details, but these are. That's what all the great devotees are aspiring for. They do tapasya, they aspire for some boons and worship the Lord, they meditate on the Lord for so many years or decades or centuries. Finally, when the Lord appears in front of them, all these pure devotees are asking only for two things. Common aspiration or spiritual goal of all pure devotees, which they have expressed even in the presence of the Supreme Lord Krishna, is association of devotees and hearing Krishna Katha in that association. Right? Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj, he did 6 months of tapasya. And when the Lord appeared in front of him, he said, "Oh Lord, all I want is only two things. Bhakti muhu prabhatam tvai me prasanto. Bhuyadananta mahatam abalashayanam. Yena jasobana puru vyasanam bhavadhim nahishye. Bhavat guna katha amrita pana bhakta." Dhruva Maharaj says, "Oh Lord, just give me the association of your devotees, because in that association, in that vibrant Vaishnava Sangha, the nectarian river of Harikatha flows. I want to bathe in that river of Harikatha, in the Sangha of your devotees." Same thing. Lord Shiva also aspires for that. Athana gangare stavakirti tirthayo antar bahir snana vidhuta patmana. Oh Lord, if at all you want to show some mercy upon me, if at all you want to offer some benediction, some boon for me, all I want is association of your devotees and hear Krishna Katha in that association. Lord Shiva is praying this. And Prajetas and Kunti Mata, Prahlad Maharaj. Vritrasura, he says, "Mamottama shloka janeshu sakhyam samsara chakre bhramatam swakarmabhi." Samsara chakra bhramatam, because of my fruitive activities, let me just wander in this samsara. I don't want liberation, but I want mamottama shloka janeshu sakhyam. I want the friendship of your loving devotees. That's how Srimad Bhagavatam and all the pure devotees whose stories are described in Srimad Bhagavatam are emphasizing on the importance of Vaishnava relationships and hearing Harikatha in the Sangha of Vaishnavas. So, I'm very grateful to all of you for being what you are for your devotional service on Tuesday in Hyderabad city at 8:28 a.m. in the night. Sorry, in the morning. I'm still sleepy. I don't know. If I sleep in the class, you continue the class. I just missed the last 2 days. Anyways, morning 8:28, 8:30. How many are here? 80. 80
people.
80 devotees on a weekday in a big city, busy city, coming to hear Krishna Katha. Morning hours is not a small thing, it's a miracle.
Prabhuji, we love you so much.
Yes.
Hare Krishna. I am very grateful for that love and affection. So, prioritizing hearing Krishna Katha has been done by so many great souls. If you follow in their footsteps, our life will become perfect. We may prioritize many other things, but this is the ultimate priority, topmost priority, hearing Krishna Katha. Not just hearing, but also trying to apply the teachings in our practical lives and trying to inspire others also in this culture of hearing and chanting and applying these principles. So with this prelude, let us begin our discussion on Bhagavatamruta. Probably for the first time, I am speaking a series of classes on Bhagavatamruta. I quoted a little bit here and there in some classes, but systematically giving a series of classes the first time at your place. Why this? There are so many books, of course. Every book has its own precious nature and its message and its purity. And we have been discussing those books, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Ramayana, and Upadeshamrita, Bhakti Rasamrita, many such things we have seen. I remember a couple of years back we had Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, right? Last year only? Okay. So, this Bhagavatamruta is written by Sanatana Goswami. It is very special and it has become very dear to my heart for multiple reasons. One of the foremost reasons is how much Vaishnavas appreciate each other. That is highlighted in this book. No other book has highlighted, at least within the books that I have read, no other book has highlighted Vaishnava appreciation to this degree. Yes, Chaitanya Charitamrita has a lot, because that comes in different contexts. But this entire book is appreciating other Vaishnavas only. Every single Vaishnava whom Narada Muni meets in this book is only appreciating another Vaishnava. And in that appreciation, there is non-envy. There is zero envy. In that appreciation, there is deep humility, honesty, integrity, gratitude. Gratitude for the mercy they have received, appreciation for the mercy that others have received, and humility in admitting one's low position in comparison to those recipients of Krishna's mercy. All the Vaishnava qualities are so vividly demonstrated by all the Vaishnavas in this book. We see in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, we see that Amanitvam, Adambhitvam, Ahimsa, Kshantirajyavam, Acharyopasaram, Shaucham, Stairyam, Atmavinigraha. So, Vaishnava qualities are emphasized a lot in all the Vaishnava scriptures, including Gita, Bhagavatam, CC, GBC. But when we see a Vaishnava demonstrating that Vaishnava quality, we will be more inspired to apply that Vaishnava quality in our lives. And Krishna simply instructs, Amanitvam, be humble. Adambhitvam, be prideless. Ahimsa, be non-violent. Kshantir, Arjuna, be simple, be tolerant, be satisfied, be grateful. And he says that, okay, fine, we'll cultivate. But is there someone who exhibited these qualities? Yes, there are some people. Tell me their stories. So the stories are there in Bhagavatamruta and many other scriptures, of course. So we can understand the importance of Vaishnava qualities and we'll be inspired to imbibe those Vaishnava qualities in our lives to the degree we hear the stories of those great souls who personified those qualities. Apart from that, when we see those Vaishnava qualities being exhibited by our contemporary devotees who are living along with us now, who are visible to us now, that creates greater impact on our consciousness. Just imagine, much more impact on our consciousness. So let us try to nourish ourselves, bathe ourselves with the nectarian shower of Vaishnava qualities as demonstrated by all these great Vaishnavas in this book. Bruhad Bhagavatamruta is spoken by Janamejaya, spoken by Jaimini Rishi to Janamejaya. Let me tell you the context. This Janamejaya heard heard Mahabharata, Vyasadeva. And later he also heard Mahabharata from Jaimini Rishi. Right? But Jaimini Rishi's version of Mahabharata is more exciting and more devotional than Vyasadev's version of Mahabharata. Because Vyasadeva had to cater to the needs of so many audiences. He has to emphasize on dharma, artha, kama, moksha. He has to emphasize on sama, dana, veda, danda. He also has to emphasize on politics and regular morality principles in this world. So he narrated the stories of great kings, especially Pandavas and Kauravas from that perspective, along with so many subplots throughout Mahabharata. But when Jaimini spoke that Mahabharata, it became more devotional. Krishna became more prominent. Krishna is not one of the characters, but he is like primary character. Then there is a supplement to Vyasadev's Mahabharata, that is Harivamsha. And there is a supplement to Jaimini's Mahabharata, that is Bruhad Bhagavatamruta. So these supplements are meant to enhance our appreciation for the original text. And also, these supplements give the essence of the main text. So, Bruhad Bhagavatamruta is the essence of Mahabharata as narrated by Jaimini Rishi in a more devotional way. So, Mahabharata's narration by Jaimini Rishi is very devotional, and the essence of all the devotional elements and stories is Bruhad Bhagavatamruta, which is much more exciting. And this Jaimini Rishi is speaking this to Janamejaya. Who is Janamejaya? He is the son of Parikshit Maharaj. I'll minimize this prelude. I'll keep very short. Otherwise, if you have to describe the glories of Jaimini Rishi, it will take a lot of time, and Mangalacharya it takes a lot of time because we have 5 days. I'll go a little fast, but not very ambitious to cover the syllabus like any Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, Gita Pravaha courses, classes are becoming a little marathon now. But it's okay. But let's get to that. Let me take only a few things and elaborate on it. So, Jaimini Rishi spoke Bruhad Bhagavatamruta to Janamejaya. Janamejaya is the son of Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj is the son of Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu is the son of Arjuna. Arjuna is son of Kunti. Arjuna is son of Kunti also, right? Say something wrong. And Indra. So now, after Parikshit Maharaj's departure, Janamejaya Maharaj became extremely morose, sad. He conducted a sacrifice, Sarpayaga, in which he wanted to invoke the presence of all the snakes and kill all of them. Why kill all the snakes? Because one snake bit his father, Parikshit Maharaj. Then Brihaspati came there. He told Janamejaya, Janamejaya, what are you doing? You are trying to kill all the snakes in this world. for one snake's mistake. Please understand, everybody has their own karma. Everybody has their own spiritual journey. So your father is destined to give up his body and leave this world in this way. And of course, it's a glorious departure. He heard Srimad Bhagavatam from Sukadeva Goswami for 7 days. And then he went to the spiritual world in a glorious way. Now, instead of relishing such a glorious departure of your father and appreciating him and taking inspiration from his Vaishnava qualities, you are getting into revengeful attitude. I understand you love your father, but that does not mean you go overboard and try to kill all the snakes for one snake's mistake. And that snake is ultimately instrumental in causing your father's death so that he can go to the spiritual world. And it was also a plan of the Supreme Lord. Please understand, don't get into revengeful attitude. Although Janamaji became emotional, it was an emotional outburst for him in attempting to kill all the snakes. Janamaji is ultimately a Vaishnava. He accepted the advice of Brihaspati and he said, yes, I'll stop this. And Janamaji also has great taste for Harikatha. That's why he heard Mahabharata and he also heard Bhagavatamruta. So, Janamaji Rishi started narrating Bhagavatamruta. But originally, who narrated this Bhagavatamruta to whom? Parikshit Maharaj to his mother Uttara. After Parikshit Maharaj heard Srimad Bhagavatam for 7 days and 7 nights from Sukadeva Goswami, Sukadeva Goswami got up from his Vyasasana and he left. He is detached. He wouldn't stay at someone's place even for that much time which is required to milk a cow. So he would just move. But he stayed with Parikshit Maharaj for 7 days. That's a great miracle. So he left. Now Parikshit Maharaj is sitting there. There's some time left, maybe a couple of hours. I don't know the exact time. Some time is left. Then Mother Uttara became overwhelmed with feelings of separation from her son. She said, I must meet my son now. Although she is living comfortably in the palace, knowing that her son is going to depart from this world very soon, within few hours probably, she came all the way from her palace to the place where Parikshit Maharaj was sitting alone, at the spot where he heard Srimad Bhagavatam for the last 7 days. Definitely as a mother, it's very painful for her to see the death of her own son. And it was predicted also. Many times mothers don't see the death of their children because they live before the children, generally speaking. But rarely, or sometimes there are some incidents where mother may still continue to live but the son may die. Then also it happens to be a sudden thing. But there are some rare incidents where mother gets to know when exactly is my son dying. There may be some chronic disease and the doctor may say your son may live for 3 months, 2 months, 10 days, whatever. But here Mother Uttara heard that her son Parikshit is going to die within 7 days. And he retired from the kingdom. He went on the bank of Ganga. He sat, requested all the sages, Gayata Vishnu Gatha, please recite the glories of Lord Hari, Lord Vishnu, in the remaining 7/24 hours of my life. All I want to do is hear Harikatha. I don't want to do anything else. I don't have any other plans. Let me die by hearing Krishna Katha. And without any advertisement, without someone sharing a flyer or posting on the social media, hundreds and thousands of sages assembled there on the bank of Ganga to hear Harikatha along with Parikshit Maharaj. And Parikshit Maharaj asked them, you speak Harikatha? You know, we, what do you speak? They looked in this direction. And so there goes Swami came there. He came, sat on the Vyasasana, and he started speaking Krishna Katha. For 7 days, Parikshit Maharaj could hear. And Mother Uttara knows what's going to happen to her son. And Mother Uttara now wanted to see her son for the last time. So last 1 week he has heard, he has a couple of hours pending. Immediately let me go there, let me see my son. Mother's emotions. My son is going to die within few hours. But see how much are these devotees aligned with the will of Krishna. Mother Uttara is more eager to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from Parikshit Maharaj more than seeing him before his death. Her devotion towards Krishna and her eagerness to hear Krishna Katha is more intense in her than the pain of her son's imminent departure. That does not mean she is not having motherly emotions. Please understand this. Please don't misunderstand this. Mother Uttara, when she was carrying that little Parikshit Maharaj in her womb, Ashwatthama released the Brahmastra to kill Parikshit Maharaj. Then Mother Uttara came running towards Krishna, saying, Pahi Pahi Mahayogin Deva Deva Jagatpati Na Anyam Tada Bhayam Pashyat Yatra Bhaktiho Parasparam. Pahi Pahi Mahayogin, O greatest mystic Krishna, Pahi Pahi, I beg your protection. Please protect me. I take your shelter. Jagatpati, na anyam tada bhayam pashyat. I don't see anyone who has the capacity to protect me when there's a death right in front of me. So she lost her husband at a very young age, probably a teenage girl. She lost her husband at a very young age. And she was about to lose her son and she desperately prayed for the survival of that son. And that son is dying now. Krishna protected that son when he was in the womb. But after he grew up, he ruled for a while, then Krishna did not protect, apparently, from death. And the son is about to die. She has prayed for that son, for the life of that son. And she was even saying that, oh Lord, let that Brahmastra, that whatever weapon that Ashwatthama has released, kill me, but not my son. That's her motherly affection. She was willing to sacrifice her own body, her own life, for the life of her son Parikshit Maharaj. And now that Parikshit is going to die now. Can you just imagine the pain of Mother Uttara? How much pain she must be experiencing. But that pain of motherly affection was overpowered by the pleasure of hearing Krishna Katha from her son, Parikshit Maharaj. Let's not minimize her motherly emotions, but let us not fail to highlight her devotional emotions. Because none of these Pandavas, whether it is Kunti Mata or Pandavas or Uttara Mata or Parikshit Maharaj or Janamejaya or whoever, all these great Vaishnavas, their primary relationship is with Krishna. And their relationship with their family members is only because the family members are devotees of Krishna. If their family members are not devotees of Krishna, they may not have had close connections with these family members also. Kunti Mata prayed in her praise in Srimad Bhagavatam. Atha Vishvesha Vishvatman Vishvabhute Svakeshu Ve Sneha Pashamimam Chindi Dridham Pandushu Vrishnishu. My dear Krishna, I have very strong bonding, deep-rooted relationships with my Pandavas and Vrishnis. Vrishnis are my parental family. Pandavas are my husband's family. I have deep bondings. Sneha Pashamimam Chindi, cut this knot of affection that I have for this Pandavas and Vrishnis, for my parental family and husband family. But she says that I want to divert all my affection and love towards you, not for these relatives. She says, Tvai Vedanya Vishaya Matir Madhupate Sakrit Ratim Udvahata Daddha Gange Mogham Udanvati. Oh Lord, let my mind, let my emotions, let my affection flow towards you, just like Ganga river flows towards the ocean. Let me not have this affection or love for my family members. But Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur and other acharyas, Prabhupada clarified that Kunti Maharani never wanted to break her relationships with her family members because they are Vaishnavas. But why is she praying like that? There is a material aspect in that relation and there is a spiritual aspect in that relation. The material aspect is there is a blood relation, family bonding. They are my sons, they are my parents, they are my relatives. That's a material aspect. But the spiritual aspect is they are pure Vaishnavas. I am a devotee of the Lord, they are devotees of the Lord, therefore let me connect with them, let me love them because they are devotees. Let me not love these people because they are my blood relations, let me love them because they are my they are Vaishnavas. So let me appreciate them for their spiritual position, not for their material position, not for their material status, not for our material connection. Let's have only spiritual connection. So on that platform, she is aspiring for their perpetual association, their Vaishnavas. But there is a material aspect there, let's get it. Similarly, coming back to Uttara and Parikshit Maharaj, Uttara is a pure devotee. Parikshit Maharaj is a pure devotee. Their connection, their relationship is more on a spiritual platform of relationship between two Vaishnavas, a Vaishnava and Vaishnavi, than a mother and son. Right? Mother and son is an external relation. But she is a devotee, he is a devotee. So she wanted to hear the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam from Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj, you got the opportunity to hear 7 days Bhagavad Katha from Sukadeva Goswami. Can you please tell me what did you hear? So that's her request when she approached Parikshit Maharaj. So, but definitely she had motherly emotions, undoubtedly. Let's not completely discount them. But her eagerness to hear Harikatha about Krishna, about the essence of Sukadeva Goswami's teachings was more. So she went and asked him. Now, Bhagavatam itself is the essence of all scriptures. Sarva, what is that shloka? Nikama kalpataror galitam phalam. Nikama kalpataror galitam phalam shukamukhadamrtadrava samyutam. Pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam muhura orasika bhumi bhavuka. So, Srimad Bhagavatam is already the ripened fruit of the desire tree of all scriptures. Srimad Bhagavatam itself is the essence. Now, if Parikshit Maharaj has to give the essence of all the scriptures, Akhira Shruti Saram Ekam to Mother Uttara, he has to repeat all the katha that he has said last 7 days. But he doesn't have 7 days with him. Not sure that he has 7 hours also with him. Exact time we don't know. Within the little time that he has to present the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam itself is essence, he has to present the essence of essence. Then he chose to present Bruhad Bhagavatamruta, which is the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. Essence does not mean a summary that says, okay, these are like so many shlokas or so many chapters or so many cantos are there, so let's kind of give a gist and summary. The summary is in the form of another story. And this story highlights the principles of that story. Right? Sometimes when you are giving Gita class to somebody, you may not exactly speak the Gita shloka, but you may speak a story that highlights the essence of Gita. Right? You may narrate an anecdote, narrate another story that reflects the essence of Bhagavad Gita and this is the essence of Gita. Bhagavad Gita, correct. But this is what the message of Bhagavad Gita is. That's why you may not find overlap between Srimad Bhagavatam and Bruhad Bhagavatam in terms of storyline. But it's not overlap, it's completely same as far as the message is concerned. Whatever is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, the ultimate message, the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam, eliminating the other stuff. Bhagavatam, of its essence, it also presents karma path, jnana path, Vishwarupa, meditation, Ashtanga yoga path, and universal cosmology. So many things are there, and the essence is bhakti. Now, all these episodes are spoken to highlight the essence of bhakti, and Parikshit Maharaj took that essence of bhakti only and highlighted it through the story
of Bruhad Bhagavatamruta. Right? So that's how Bruhad Bhagavatamruta does not have the deeper technical portions of Bhagavatam. So many technical philosophical episodes are there in Bhagavatam, they are all kept aside. The understanding is taken, but the exact narrations are kept aside. And the core message of Bhagavatam is pure devotional service, pure bhakti, unalloyed, unmotivated, uninterrupted, selfless, seamless, causeless, ceaseless, pure devotional service unto Krishna is the message of Srimad Bhagavatam, essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. And that essence is narrated through this beautiful story of Bruhad Bhagavatamruta that not only highlights devotional mood and devotional ecstasies and relationship between the Lord and his devotees, it also highlights so many devotional qualities. Because Bhakti and Vaishnava character are inseparable. Krishna Bhakti or Krishna Prema and Sadhu Lakshana are inseparable. You cannot separate them. He has a lot of devotion, but he has no Vaishnava qualities. He is not humble. He is not satisfied. He is not tolerant. He is not grateful. What is a great devotee? It's all tiny. Impossible. Right? If he is really an advanced devotee, he should have humility. He should have purity of consciousness. He should have genuinity in appreciating other devotees. He has sensitivity towards other devotees' feelings, emotions. He has commitment towards the Lord's service. And he has deep, genuine humility in which he feels that I am the most insignificant devotee amongst all the devotees of the Lord. In fact, I am not a devotee only. That's what a devotee feels. If he really is a devotee. So apart from focusing on the sadhana or Vaishnava or Shravanam Kirtanam the devotee does, we should also focus on their mood. And we should cultivate that mood. We should cultivate that mood of humility, satisfaction, tolerance, respecting others, genuinely appreciating other Vaishnavas for what they are, being non-envious, being prideless, being grateful for even small things that Krishna has done for us. This is the nature of a Vaishnava. And in this wonderful story, those Vaishnava qualities are also inserted. Sometimes we may read scriptures from a very analytical perspective. Philosophical analysis we do, historical analysis we do. And those who are little bit into Sanskrit, they go to grammatical analysis, poetic analysis, linguistic analysis also. But the worthiest and the best form of analysis of scriptures is done by analyzing the emotions of Vaishnavas. What are the inner feelings of Vaishnavas? That takes the center stage in Bruhad Bhagavatamruta. I am increasing your curiosity. Not starting the class only. Just advertising so much. Start the story. How long you will I don't know why I was speaking all this. Just by seeing your faces, I am inspired to speak all this.
Increasing our taste.
Advertisement. It was not advertised in the book itself so much. In the book you see 10 slokas of Mangalacharya. I did touch Mangalacharya also. Then directly entering the story. But these are my humble observations after reading this book and hearing classes on this book by my spiritual master. Beautiful classes. So, the Vaishnava emotions are very nicely analyzed in Bruhad Bhagavatamruta. When you see others, when you interact with others, what touches your heart is not exactly their accomplishments, their talents, their beauty, their charm, their eloquence, and their many other qualities. They are able to impress with them. But what touches your heart exactly is their quality, their character, their attitude, their mood, their inner consciousness. That is reflected through their behavior, through their words, through their activities, and that's what touches us ultimately. Whenever you remember someone and remember a skill associated with that some person, then you are identifying them with the skill. They are known for that skill. But there are some people, as soon as you remember their name, their skill doesn't come into picture. Their demeanor, beauty, eloquence, all this will not come into your picture. Their attitude, their mood, their consciousness, when it becomes highlighted, they are known for that. You are not seeing their talents, you are seeing their character. So, in Bhagavatamruta, there is definitely a narration of the activities of so many great souls, but behind those activities, what is their attitude that is highlighted? Activity is done with emotion. For example, Hanumanji brought big boulders for Ramsetu. He brought Sanjeevani mountain. He jumped across the ocean. But what is the emotion and character of Hanuman behind doing all those activities? Actions are visible. Sometimes intentions are not visible. But when books like this highlight the intentions of these devotees behind their actions, we get to know their character better. Yeah, Hanumanji's activities are not so much described. They are enumerated, just like list 1, 2, 3, 4. He did this in a table, then. In the Subodhini, I just put it in the form of a table. Okay. But his emotions are elaborately described. The zeal, the love, the affection that he has for Lord Ramachandra behind doing all these activities is very elaborately described. Basically, Bhagavatamruta, more than story, it is just a series of conversations highlighting the Vaishnava qualities of each other. I think today in the first episode, before even entering the chapter, beginning the book, I got the laptop. Generally, I don't do this, but I got it so that I can just go in detail, but I did not even touch it yet. Let me give an entire summary of what we are going to discuss in the next 5 minutes. So that I can elaborate now. First, I'll keep a timer. It's 9:01 now. By 9:06, I'll try to summarize what we are going to discuss in the next 5 days. So, once on the bank of river at Prayaga, some sages were sitting and discussing about each other. You are a great Vaishnava. You are the best recipient of Krishna's mercy. They are appreciating each other. At that time, one Brahmana came. A spiritual leader of that Brahmana, that community, he came there. He started doing worship of Saligram. And everybody thought he is the best Vaishnava. And Narada is observing the conversation amongst these sages and observing this worship, and he understood he is the best Vaishnava. He is the best recipient of Krishna's mercy. Narada went and appreciated this person. This Prayag Brahmana. Name is not mentioned. And this Prayag Brahmana said, I am not the best Vaishnava, I am not the greatest recipient of Krishna's mercy. In the South India, there is a wonderful Vaishnava king. His kingdom is filled with so many Vaishnava temples. He is the best Vaishnava. Then Narada Muni ran there to South India in Narada Airlines. So we have Garuda Airlines and Narada Airlines, Hanuman Airlines, as against Indigo. So Narada Muni went and landed in the Vaishnava king's kingdom and asked him and glorified him, you are the best Vaishnava. Then he said, I am not the best recipient of Krishna's mercy at all. How can you even think like that? All the devatas whose food, whose diet is Amrit, who are the best recipients of the Supreme Lord's mercy, they are appointed as administrators of this entire universe. They are the best recipients of Krishna's mercy. In fact, amongst all of them, the leader is Indra. Indra is the best recipient of Krishna's mercy. Then Narada Muni flew to Swargalok. And he met him. And he glorified Narada Muni, and glorified Indra. Then Indra said, Narada, why are you embarrassing me? Many times you see pride in Indra, envy in Indra, insecurity in Indra, now you see humility in Indra. He honestly says, all these mistakes I have done, I am definitely not the best recipient of Krishna's mercy. Go to Brahma. He is the best of all the devatas. In one day of Brahma, 14 Indras like me come and go. He is the best. Go to him. He is born from the Lord. Then immediately Narada flew to Brahmaloka. And he landed in front of Brahma and he glorified Brahma. You are the best. You are as good as Krishna. You are the best recipient of Krishna's mercy. And Brahma became annoyed. He chastised him. Since you are a small child, I have been teaching you. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. And you are comparing me with Krishna? You are saying I am the best recipient of Krishna's mercy? Impossible. Lord Shiva is the best. He is the best Vaishnava. Vaishnavana Gatha Sambhu. Then Narada Muni ran to Shiva. Went to Kailasha. By the way, he did not come to the Kailash in this earthly planet. He went to Sadashiva in the heaven, in the spiritual world, Prabhupada. He went to the spiritual world and met Shiva and Parvati, and Shiva and Parvati are absorbed in dancing, chanting the holy names of the Lord. Then Narada Muni glorified Shiva. You are the best recipient of the Lord's mercy. Narada Muni did not chastise Indra. He closed the mouth of Guru with his hands and said, stop, you can't glorify me like this. Vaikuntavasis are the best. Vaikuntavasis are the best recipient of Krishna, of Lord's mercy. They are there always with him. And Parvati came and said, amongst all the Vaikuntavasis, Lakshmi Devi is the best. She is my best friend. Then Narada Muni said, Shiva said, yes, it's correct. What my wife says is correct. But I have to tell you some secret. So he took Narada Muni aside and spoke in his ears. In fact, more than Vaikuntavasis, Prahlad Maharaj is better recipient of Krishna's mercy. Because when Narasimha appeared, all the Vaikuntavasis could not please. They could not please Narasimha. Even Lakshmi could not please. But Prahlad Maharaj went and pleased him. Therefore, Prahlad is the best. Oh, really? Then immediately Narada Muni ran to Prahlad and he glorified him like this. Now, at that time, Prahlad Maharaj was in Sutala Loka. Then Prahlad Maharaj said, you are glorifying me, Narada Muni, you are my guru. You are glorifying me. Yeah, definitely I must have remembered the Lord. Krishna Smaranam I have done when I have some difficulty. And you are thinking that Krishna Smaranam is Krishna consciousness. But Krishna consciousness is not just Krishna Smaranam. Krishna consciousness is Krishna Seva. What Seva did I do? I didn't do any Seva. Hanumanji did a lot of Seva. Therefore, Hanumanji is a better Vaishnava than me. He is the best recipient of Krishna's mercy. Go to him. Then immediately, Narada Muni flew to Kimpurshaloka. He landed there. And told Hanuman, we are the best Vaishnava. Why are you making fun of me? And Hanumanji said, long story, but Hanumanji said, I am not the best recipient of Krishna's mercy. Pandavas are the best recipients. I got to serve Lord Ramachandra for a while. But Ram always acted as my master. But Krishna acted as a friend, well-wisher, messenger, chariot driver, constant companion of Pandavas. Krishna resided in their home. So you please go to him. So Narada Muni immediately went to Hastinapur and met Pandavas. He glorified Pandavas, Kunti, Draupadi. And all of them reflected Narada Muni's praise. Krishna comes just to visit us. And now that earlier, at least when we had some calamities, Krishna came to see us. But now that we are the kings of Hastinapur, we are the rulers, Krishna is not coming only. No difficulties. We are planning. We should get some difficulty to get Krishna. And we are praying, oh, please give us some difficulty so that we can see Krishna. Or we are thinking of conducting some sacrifice, and on the pretext of conducting sacrifice, inviting Krishna. Then Kunti Mata says, we are definitely not the best recipient of Krishna's mercy. Yadus are the best recipients of Krishna's mercy. Yadus are the best. Then Narada Muni runs to Yadus. He says, Krishna is living in Dwaraka. He is your constant associate. He may visit other people, but they are just visitors. Krishna sees them as a visitor only, but here Krishna is a resident of Dwarka. You get constant darshan. Every day you get darshan. Nityam nirikshamananam yadapi Dwaraka famous. Then all the Dwarkavasis said, you are glorifying us. He hardly spends time with us. All this time he gives to Uddhava only. We keep waiting, we are more formal. We have formal interaction, but Uddhava is more intimate interaction. Uddhava is the best. Then Narmali goes to meet Uddhava. Uddhava is me. Recently I went to Vrindavan and saw Gopis. Brajabasis are the best Vaishnavas. Gopis are the best Vaishnavas. So that's how Gopis are established as the topmost Vaishnavas. Nine. 3 minutes extra. Anyways, this is a quick summary of what we are going to discuss. But in this simple line, Prayaga Brahmana, South Indian Vaishnava king, Southern king, then Indra, Brahma, Shiva, Prahlad, Hanuman, Pandava, Yadus, Uddhava, and finally the Gopis. So now this what I discussed in the last 8-9 minutes. 9-5 we said it. 8 minutes. Whatever we discussed in 8 minutes is elaborated in 7 chapters. With deep emotional expressions of Hanumanji. That's one of the best favorite episodes of mine. Hanumanji. And deep emotional expressions of Brahma, Shiva, Indra, all the other devotees. Every time when you read the description of one Vaishnava, whatever one Vaishnava spoke, you feel he definitely must be the best Vaishnava. I am aspiring for this mood. Then Narada Muni goes to another devotee who has much more greater, deeper devotional qualities than this Vaishnava. Then he writes, oh, this is the best, this is the best. Like you, despite knowing so much philosophy, despite reading Bhagavatam, hearing Bhagavatam so much, still every episode of Bhagavatamruta keeps you surprised, intrigued. What else is there? I think I know everything about Hanuman, but when you see Hanuman, my God, I don't know this about Hanuman. I know this face, I don't know this face of Hanuman. Pandavas also. Complete positivity. Complete positivity. Everybody has deep humility in admitting one's own faults and not at all being proud of whatever mercy they have received, and extreme sensitivity towards the emotions of other Vaishnavas and glorifying other Vaishnavas like anything. And Narada is the hero of this whole book. In the second part also, we are not going to touch it now. So this is the prelude. So now let's begin the class. Let's begin the class. Should we recite some shlokas?
Yes.
Let me recite the first shloka of Bhagavatamruta. We don't have a screen here, but I'll try to. It's okay, not time for it. Jayati nija padamja, premadanaavatirno, vividha madhurimabdhi, kopi kaishwara gandhi, gata paramadashantam, यस्य चैतन्य रूपा अनुभव पदमाप्तम् प्रेम गोपीषु नित्यम्. This is the Mangalacharan, very first shloka of Bhagavatamruta, first shloka of first chapter or the first part. So he is offering obeisances. Jayati nijapadabjam premadanaavatirnam. All glories to the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna, who appeared on this planet to do what? To do Premadana, to give the charity of Krishna Prema to all of us. Specifically, in his form as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he does this Premadana very vividly. As Krishna, he definitely did Premadana, but as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he does more. Vividha madhurimabdhi, how does he do Premadana? How does he give the charity of Krishna Prema to all of us? By exhibiting very sweet nectarian pastimes. Vividha madhurimabdhi, Prema Kaishwara Gandhi. Even as an infant child also, have you seen that little picture where Krishna is very small? When a small child also, his activities are emanating the fragrance. His activities are like blossoming lotus, and the fragrance of sweet prema, sweet love is emanating from that blossoming lotus. So that's how he is highlighting and emphasizing on the importance of loving Krishna and presenting that Krishna prema is the ultimate aspiration of all our spiritual activities. Then Gata Parama Jantam Yasya Chaitanya Rupa. He appeared in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and experienced the transcendental ecstasy of Krishna prema and advertised that Krishna prema, highlighted it so much and inspired us to aspire for it. Krishna, especially as Chaitanya, is inspiring us to aspire for Krishna prema. How many of you are aspiring for Krishna prema here? 10 years back, how many of you were aspiring for Krishna prema here? 20 years back, how many of you are aspiring for Krishna prema? Okay, senior most devotee here. I'm figuring out this is senior most devotee. Okay, 30 years back, who were aspiring for Krishna prema? Maybe some of you are not born at that time. See, in just couple of decades, there's a lot of transformation in our aspiration. Isn't it? Some say 10 years back also I was aspiring, because 10 years back you began the process already. But 20 years back, hardly any hands were there, proper hands were there. So, we were aspiring for say money, name, fame, prestige, popularity, grades, position, power, influence in this world. But by coming in touch with Krishna consciousness moment, our aspirations changed. We stopped aspiring for material goals, we started aspiring for Krishna prema. If you say this to someone outside who is wondering in the Hyderabad crazy, what's the name, what's your goal? Krishna prema, what is it? He is a doctor, engineer, kuch to bolo. YouTuber, social media influencer, life coach. These are aspirations. Becoming multi-millionaire. But aspiration is Krishna prema. So the credit of your aspiration for Krishna prema should go to Krishna only and his devotees. When we are saying that I am aspiring for Krishna prema, all of you are aspiring for Krishna, and I said that, Krishna feel proud. Yes, I am better than all these people who are wandering on the streets of Hyderabad. I am aspiring for Krishna prema, they don't even know the goal of Krishna prema. Please understand that credit for your aspiration goes to Krishna. He inspired you to aspire for Krishna prema. On our own, we are not inspired to aspire for Krishna prema. We are inspired to aspire for many other things. Maybe they want the first ticket in the premium show of some new movie. That's their aspiration. Right? Or they want the best gadget, the latest form of gadget. They wanted to use it. That will be their aspiration. But we are aspiring for Krishna prema. We may not be up to the mark, but still, that aspiration is there. That credit also should go to Krishna. So this is the first shloka of Mangalacharan. So I think remaining shlokas homework. The second shloka, he offers prayers to the gopis. In the third shloka, he aspires for the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu specifically. In the third shloka, Sanatana Goswami glorifies Mathura Devi. And in each of these shlokas could be elaborated for an hour, because there is a lot of depth in them. In the fifth shloka, he offers obeisances to Vrindavan Dham. In the sixth, he glorifies Yamuna Devi. In the seventh, he glorifies Govardhan Parvat. In the eighth shloka, he offers obeisances to Prema Bhakti, the process of devotional service. Then in the ninth shloka, again he glorifies Krishna Nama. He praises Krishna Nama. I think that's beside the shloka, very beautiful shloka. Jayati Jayati Nama Nandarupam Murare. Jayati Jayati Nama Nandarupam Murare. Viramita Nija Dharma. Viramita Nija Dharma. Dhyana Puja Diyatnam. Dhyana Puja Diyatnam. Kathamapi Sakritattam. Kathamapi Sakritattam. Muktidam Praninam Yat. Muktidam Praninam Yat. Paramamamritamekam. Paramamamritamekam. Jivanam Bhushanam Me. So Jayati Jayati Namananda Rupam Murari. Nam of Krishna is Ananda Rupa, is the blissful form of Krishna. Krishna has so many avatars, but this Namavatar, or the avatar of Krishna in the form of his holy name, is Ananda Rupa. It's complete form of spiritual bliss. Right? Viramita Nija Dharma Dhyana Puja Liyatna. You can just stop your Niyama, Yama, Dhyana, Puja, all these things you can keep aside, no problem. Because holy name of Krishna can give you something which all other processes cannot give. Paramamamritamekam Jivanam Bhushanam Me. Holy name is Paramam Amritam. Jivanam, it's our life and soul. Bhushanam, it's our ornament, real ornament for our spiritual life. Then finally he offers obeisances to Lord Chaitanya and begins the story. So, Janamati Rishi speaks to Janamaji, as I already spoke. I think this intro I gave elaborately. Now, Sukadeva Goswami spoke Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj, and Parikshit heard it sincerely. And what is the impact of Sukadeva Goswami's Bhagavatam and Parikshit's consciousness? Let's see. Please recite. Small shloka. Sukadevopadeshena Nihatasesha sadhvasam Samyat prapta samastartham Sri Krishna prema samplutam Sukadeva upadeshena. By hearing the instructions of Sukadeva Goswami, Nihata asesha sadhvasam, whatever contamination or fear or whatever unwanted things are there in Parikshit Maharaj's heart are completely removed. Hardly any, but still, complete purification is guaranteed when you hear Harikatha, when you hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Second, Samyak Prapta Samastartham, all his ambitions are satisfied. Parikshit Maharaj achieved so much in life, but at the end of his life, just he had only 1 week to live. Then he had only one ambition, to hear Krishna Katha. And after hearing Bhagavatam, even that one last ambition is also satisfied. Then last, Sri Krishna Prema Samplutam, he was immersed in pure love for Krishna by hearing Bhagavatam. When we hear Srimad Bhagavatam, we will be immersed in pure love for Krishna. All of you raise your hands. You raised your hand sometime back. I am aspiring for Krishna Prema. I am aspiring for Krishna Prema. Everybody. If that is your aspiration, hear Bhagavatam. That's the only way of fulfilling your aspiration. That's what Parikshit Maharaj did. He heard Bhagavatam, he developed the Krishna Prema. You want another proof? I give an example, let me give a shloka. Yasyam Vaisruya Bhanayam Krishne Paramapurushe Bhakti Rutpadyate Pumsaham Shoka Moha Bhayapaham Yasyam Vaisruya Bhanayam. When you hear Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishne Paramapurushe Bhakti Rutpadyate. Your bhakti, that bhakti is prema. Vishnu Chakravarti says in the Saraswati commentary that prema word, the bhakti word in this shloka actually indicates prema. Prema bhakti. Bhakti utpadyate pumsa means prema utpadyate pumsa. So when you hear Srimad Bhagavatam, you will develop Krishna prema. Shoka moha bhaya par, or shoka moha bhaya always removed. Right? So no, Uttaramata became very eager to hear this Bhagavatam from Parikshit Maharaj. Now Parikshit Maharaj is in a state where he had no fear of the snake bird, no fear of any material illusion. He had no interest in any other material goods. He is immersed in love. Now you just heard Srimad Bhagavatam nicely. You develop an intense Krishna prema. You are intensely absorbed in meditating on Krishna. Somebody comes to you and says, give me a class day. It's very difficult, isn't it? Ideally, that's the moment where you need to be silent. Parikshit Maharaj even says that also. My dear mother, you have come here asking me to give a class, but it is a time to be silent. I have to be silent here now. I have to meditate on the Lord. Within few minutes or few hours, I am going back to Godhead. Let me be absorbed in that moment of Krishna Smarana. But Uttaramat says, no, I want to hear the essence of it. You just attended a class, give me something in that class. Let me meditate on Krishna and go back to God. No, before going back to God, I give a class. Glorifying Krishna is not like once in a while kind of activity. We need to glorify Krishna till our last breath. That is, if you are really in love with Krishna, you are enthused to glorify Krishna till your last breath. And you will give up your body by glorifying Krishna. You want examples? Parikshit here, clearly. We glorify Parikshit Maharaj as a great example of Shravanam, but see what he did before dying. He did Kirtan. Right? Srila Prabhupada, he was translating the commentary, translating Srimad Bhagavatam on the deathbed. Bhishma, he was glorifying Krishna. Itimati rupakalpita vitrishna bhagavati satvata punjave vibhumi. So let me withdraw my thinking, feeling, willing, everything from everything else. Let me just focus on Krishna. And he is glorifying Krishna, offering prayers to Krishna while praying in that body. Kirtan. Bhishmadev, Prabhupada, Parikshit Maharaj, Haridas Thakur. So while chanting the holy names of the Lord, he left the body. So many great souls have done like that. So glorification of Krishna has no end. Right? You can glorify Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, one of the aspects of Krishna till your last breath. So, Uttaras for Parikshit, please reveal to me the essence of what Sukadeva Goswami taught you, just as churning the ocean of milk to produce nectar. Milk is already a very nourishing thing, but when churn the milk, nectar comes out. Similarly, Bhagavatam itself is so nourishing, but if you churn Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam comes out. Essence. This is the nectar. That's why it is Bhagavatamruta. That is Bhagavatam, this is Bhagavatamruta. Bhagavatam is compared to milk ocean there, and the nectar of that Srimad Bhagavatam is Bhagavatamruta. Right? Nectar, essence. So, Parikshit Maharaj had a natural affection for his mother. On top of it, he had a natural appreciation for his mother as a pure Vaishnavi. So, with that natural affection, for mother and for a Vaishnavi, he started narrating. When you are speaking Krishna Katha, when you have a genuine affection for the hearer, you can speak well. And when the hearer has genuine affection for you, you can speak well. Similarly, when you have genuine affection for the speaker, you can receive well, you can hear well. It's the affection between the hearer and speaker that makes the whole Krishna Katha very nourishing and enlivening. When you hear from someone towards whom you don't have any love, not much will resist it. Or you may be externally impressed with their eloquence and other things, but when you develop an affection, that affection will make the message penetrate deep into the heart. And this is true in all our regular dealings, human dealings also. Many people may watch a movie, but fans enjoy the most. Even if the hero's acting is not very much up to the mark, fans appreciate it more. Similarly, are Krishna's fans. You may speak Krishna Katha to big audience, but unless the audience have genuine devotion for Krishna, they cannot appreciate it. Right? So when we have love for the person whom we are hearing about, we can hear better. So Uttara had deep appreciation for Parikshit Maharaj as a speaker and deep devotion for Krishna, the subject matter of what he is going to speak. And Parikshit also has deep devotion to Krishna and deep appreciation for his mother. So this is the best combination. Best subject matter, best devotees coming together, discussing the best subject matter with genuine appreciation and affection for each other. So Parikshit Maharaj spoke with affection. Then let's begin now. We are actually beginning now. At 9:28. 8:28 we started, right? Fine. on the bank of river at Prayaga in Maghamas, January-February time. A group of humble sages gathered on the bank of this river and the confluence of Ganga and Yamuna, and they sat before the deity of Neelamadhav, Venumadhav. So Lord Madhava's deity is there. They sat nearby somewhere on the bank of river and started appreciating each other. All of them were saying same thing. They had complete satisfaction of heart because of taking bath in a holy place, on a holy day, at a holy time, in the association of holy people. And they started appreciating each other's good fortune. They said, you are the best recipient of Krishna's mercy. You are showered with Krishna's deep affection and compassion. You are the best devotee. But another devotee says, no, I am not the best devotee. You are the best devotee. He is the best devotee. Like that, they are diverting the praise that they receive towards others. This is Vaishnava culture. When someone appreciates us, you may feel little blessed or encouraged, that's fine. But you need to divert that appreciation towards someone else. That is Vaishnava culture. Not me. He is a better devotee than me. You are glorifying me as the best, but in this area, he is much better than me. So immediately recognize someone who is superior to you in that area in which you are glorified. You are glorified as the best artist, for example. Oh, such a wonderful painting you have made. This is very simple, but that devotee makes paintings, that's amazing paintings. This is nothing, this is Kanishta level, he does Uttama level painting. Somebody says, you are such a wonderful singer, Prabhu. You sang so well. Prabhu, why singing? You hear Jai Sachinanda Prabhu singing. He sings very well. Yesterday, Leela Prabhu was glorifying him so much. He sings much better. Whatever maybe the flavor of glorification that you receive, just identify another devotee who is good at that and appreciate them. And another point, even if they are not as good as you, still appreciate them. That's even more higher Vaishnava quality. In the spiritual world, in Vaikuntha, there are so many sweet singing birds. Oh, somebody is making the sound of a bird. There are so many sweet singing birds. Paravatanya bhatasara sachakravaka tatyuha hamsa sukatitiri barhinamya kola halo viramate chiramatra muchair bhangadhipe harikatham ivagayamani Paravata anya bharta sarasa chakravaka datyuha hamsa suka titiri barhi. These are like names of 100 birds in Vaikuntha. They have sweet singing voices, beautiful, colorful feathers, but they all take a low profile to appreciate the singing of a bumblebee, although the sound is nowhere close to the melody of what they are singing. Koel, cuckoo birds, how sweetly they sing. And this bumblebee is making this apparently irritating sound, but this bumblebee is trying to glorify Lord Hari. Let's appreciate, let's encourage. Right? Because a Vaishnava is not defined by his talent. A Vaishnava is defined by his attitude. So when we give more importance to the attitude and emotion of other Vaishnavas than their talents and skills, we are appreciating them for the right reason. They may not be well accomplished, they may not be popular, but they have that devotion for the Lord. Appreciate that. So all the sages gathered on the bank of Ganga and Yamuna, that confluence, Sangam. There is a Sangha at the Sangam in front of the deities. And they are appreciating each other. Narada Muni was watching them from a distance. They are nice Vaishnava devotees, humble devotees. Suddenly another Vaishnava came there. A great Brahmana came. He seems to be the leader of the community of Brahmanas there. So he opened an altar. He kept his Shaligram Sila there. He brought out all the puja paraphernalia, Abhishek paraphernalia, started worshipping that Shaligram Sila right in front of all these Vaishnavas, and sang and danced and started dancing in front of everyone. He did Harinam Sankirtan nicely, and he is exhibiting ecstatic emotions. And all the other Brahmanas sitting there they thought that the spiritual leader of this region must be a pure Vaishnava Brahmana. He must be the best recipient of Krishna's mercy, right? And publicly he is worshipping, and that it's not just a display of some kind of show, public emotions, but he seems to be very genuine in his demeanor, in his worship. So he honored all the Brahmanas. He started distributing prasad to the Brahmanas. He sprinkled that water that is offered to the Shaligram Shila on everyone, and he was respecting everybody. Although he did such wonderful worship in front of everyone with meticulous standards and perfect emotions and perfect mood, he seems to be very humble in his demeanor. He's going to all the other Brahmanas there, offering them obeisances, distributing prasadam. And after everybody was fed nicely, respected nicely, he started eating some prasad at the end. And after eating prasad, before eating prasad, he put the Shaligram Shila deity to rest. And after taking prasad and after the whole ceremony was over, he went to the deity and offered all the credit of all the service he has done to the deity. Only because of your mercy, I could do this. Kayena vacha manasendriyaiva buddhyatmanava prakrite svabhava karomi yadyat sakalam parasmaihi narayanaya is not for your. And Narada Muni was observing the whole thing very patiently. Not like a jury panel sitting. Sometimes when we hear a class, when we see someone's worship, we sit there like a jury panel, is he doing some mistakes or not? Of course, if you are their mentor or counselor or guru or whatever, you have to correct them when they do some faults. But Narada Muni, despite being the guru of hundreds and thousands of other Vaishnavas, he is just standing there like an observer with absolutely no judgmental mentality. He is not there for evaluating this Brahmana. He is not there for finding fault in this Brahmana, saying that you are better, saying that I know better things than you. He is not saying all that. He is saying there just genuinely appreciating their devotion. If only we can come to this standard of just positively appreciating other Vaishnavas instead of judging them or evaluating them or minimizing their position, we can advance much better. One of the greatest forces that pulls us back, that restrains our spiritual advancement is when we find faults with other devotees, when we criticize them, when we demean them, when we discourage them. And like discouraging them for their natural faults itself is bad, but the conditioned mind imposes faults on them which are not there in them also. That's even more worse. We imagine he did this because he must be having this intention. You don't know, are you Paramatma what? Are you a second Paramatma sitting in their sat or what? You know their intentions? Okay, at least when you say something about their actions which are not appropriate, that's to some degree. But sometimes we may even enter their intentions also. We may evaluate. Of course, sometimes we may have to do that when we are in that role. With all integrity, with all prayerful attitude, with a well-wishing intention, we may have to do the needful to correct the situation. But that should not be our second nature. In all ordinary circumstances, we need to see the positive side of Vaishnavas and appreciate them for whatever they are. Despite you being much, much more advanced than this person. Narada Muni is very advanced in devotional service. He is pure devotee, personal associate of the Lord. He can go to Vaikuntha whenever he wants. He doesn't need permission. He wants to see your Narayana, he will just directly go. But now he is seeing this simple Brahmana at a holy place and appreciating him, and Narada Muni went and started speaking to him. He said, Sri Krishna Paramot Krishna Kripaya Bhajanam. My dear Brahmana, you are the best recipient of Krishna's mercy. I can clearly see that from your demeanor, from your worship, from your ecstasy, from your genuine emotions while you are worshipping the Shaligram. He says, you have wealth, you have property, you have generosity, you have opulence, but you are using all of them for devotional service only. That's wealthy Brahmana. And the Brahmana immediately says, my dear Narada Muni, I am not qualified to receive this praise from you. I am the most blessed person. How much charity can I give? You are glorifying me for my charity. But how much charity can I give? How much opulence do I have? I am a simple Brahmana. And what can I worship? In the South India, there is a wonderful king. He is the best recipient of Krishna's blessing. And this Brahmana goes on describing the amazing devotional service of this Vaishnava king in the South India, very elaborately, that we will see tomorrow. So we saw the Vaishnava quality of only one Vaishnava today in the Darshan. A lot of time is spent in prelude and appreciating what Bhagavatamruta has to offer us. So tomorrow we'll continue this chapter and we'll try to speed up. Thank you very much. Shri Bhagavatamruta ki jai. Shri Sanatana Goswami ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram Ram. Hare Hare. Provision messages. I don't know about all of you. Sorry, all also feel so. I feel very fortunate today. Very fortunate to be alive at this place. Who is organizing this? He is organizing this. Nobody can take the credit of organizing this. Only he is organizing this. And we are all here to take advantage of this. If we have to tell our grandchildren, some of you already have, some of you will have. If we have to tell our grandchildren one memorable time of our life, we are creating that memory right now. So, when the time is going to tell what will transform in us, and my humble request to Prabhuji, I was just thinking that Prabhuji, the way in which the heart with which Krishna is speaking through you, don't keep any time limitation. And if it has to go into next week, so be it. Let it go till next Friday also. No problem. As long as you have time, we have time. At least Takshak has not given us time. So you have time, we have time. So Krishna is time. Let us utilize this as much as we can. Let us begin the next new year, English New Year, whatever New Year you call, in a different consciousness, and this is for preparing us for that. Right? So let's come on time. Please don't delay. Don't take 8 o'clock to 8:15 to 8:30. We are very famous for doing that. We change the time of the program. Time is 8 o'clock. So try to come early. Actually, we all can come here. Lights are on. Everything is on. You can sit and chant here also. Some of the Matajis have a lot of morning responsibilities. Now the Prabhujis, just come and sit and chant. A good thing to do before hearing a class like this, right? So you can chant and you can honor Prashad. Some of you can pack and go if you have to run, to your offices. Greatly appreciated. Every single person here has done a lot of sacrifices to be here. And let us congratulate each other with 3 rounds of requests. Every challenge is different. Somebody's boss is difficult, somebody's son is difficult, somebody's mother-in-law is difficult, somebody's daughter-in-law is difficult. Whatever is going on. But we're all here to hear Bhagavatamruta from His Grace, Gauranga Darshan Prabhu. Very grateful, Prabhuji. Thank you. And thank you for the big preview. This was needed. This could not have come unless you wanted to give it to us. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So today evening also there is a class. Tomorrow also, day after also. It keeps going on. Pravaha is going on. So please stay tuned to the Gachibowli Satsang group. In that I am again going to post all the programs. Encourage everybody who can come. Encourage everybody who can come. This is the greatest fortune you are getting it. Share it with others. And wherever in different localities it's happening, you can come and join the classes. Prabhuji is here for a few minutes, then he has to go and take some rest. If anybody wants to come in, I think there is one Mataji who wants, Lekha Mataji who is there. She is not come? Okay. Okay, Hare Krishna. Huh? Yeah, and if somebody wants to sponsor this part of the Prasadam, please approach Sri Gopal Prabhu. He definitely will be happy to have some sponsorship there. Hare Bol, Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. Thank you very much.
Please remove the lights.
And please remove the mats if somebody can please help. Very good. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Hiranyakashi Shiratam Kala Bhagavatamruta sessions ki Gaur Premanand. Once again, please help sponsor this event by meeting Sri Prabhu. Where is Sri Prabhu? Yeah, there he is, our finance minister. Hare Krishna, thank you very much.
Leela Prabhu, 7 days, Bhagavatam.
Yes, Haribol.